Gentlemen, how are you guys? All right, so I wanted to go into a little bit of more of an in-depth preview for you guys, so you guys can see exactly what I'm looking at when I'm looking at some static stats and analytics. All right, so obviously this is the page that your listing is up on with HREO, RealNet. All right, you guys know the price here and all the basic information that we have set up here. So I wanted to go over a little bit of what has been happening recently. Okay, so if you guys see here, here's the dates and some prices here. Okay, so recently, these are some recent transactions that have happened within a mile or so radius from your house, and that's the way the comps are. That's the way they work. They really don't go further than 1 mile radius. So we were able to get into a little bit of Wainscott, I believe, North Wainscott. So here we go. We got 1.5 back in June. We got June 1.5. This is in May 1.9. And if you guys want to go into a little further detail of what the house is, please let me know, and I could just simply click here and go through them with you. But that'll take a little while. So again, here we go. We got May 1.6. April 1. What do you got? 2 million here. May 1.7. May 1.5. Again, May 1.5. And now we're going to start getting a little older. All right, we're still in May, about 2 million, 1.5 in April 17. April 1.75. So that's a pretty good comp here. Here we go. So as you guys see, here are some numbers. All right, and then it's going to get into early 2017, and it'll continue into 2016. All right, so you guys can get an idea of what the recent comps are, what the recent numbers look like. All right, so that's what has been happening recently within the past year. So you guys already know the landing page that I created for you guys. So whenever somebody signs in, whenever somebody sees your home, that we send out, or if they request information, we send out the link to the prospective buyer. And they basically get all of the information here. So sometimes when we have our ads that are out, the ad is actually also linked to this as well. So when they click on the link, forwards them over to this page, they hopefully fill out the information here, and we're able to get their details, the email, and we contact them right away. All right, so all the information about the house, I think you guys have already seen this. I believe you did, actually. Full pictures here. But anyways, I don't want to bore you too much with this stuff because I believe you already saw it. All right. Again, when you go all the way down, it scrolls into a map of exactly where it is. It's an interactive map. And then it also gives them another option to preview. All right. I'm not sure if you guys actually saw. Sorry if this is making you dizzy, but I believe you already saw your video. You already got a copy of this, so you already know what this is all about. I don't want to bore you. Anyways, you guys already saw that. They can open it up in a big screen, and you also know about your 360 preview, which has been getting a lot of activity and requests. So when somebody's requests a 360 video, they basically get the link and they walk through your house virtually. All right, and this is pretty much true to life. There's no cartoon renderings or anything like that. It's just super high def photos that have been taken. All right, so I think you guys have done this before. If I do get a request, what I also do is I do offer to send them the Google goggles. So this way, if they want to put the headphones on, whatever, the goggles on, they're more than likely to preview it in full 360. Sometimes a lot of people have the goggles nowadays, so I don't really need to send them out. But if they don't have them, I offer it and I send them out all over the world or wherever they live. So mostly I've been sending them to the city. I've sent a few overseas. They're just basically cardboard goggles. But anyways, I don't want to bore you too much with that. Okay, so let's move on real quick. Now, just to give you guys an idea of what has been happening as far as your views. Okay, this here, views for the past couple of months. So we've had it, since maybe August, I believe. And August, initially, usually in the first couple of weeks, there's usually a pop, right? So when it was listed with you guys, or when it was for sale by owner, you really didn't, what was it, May through June and July, I believe you guys had it for sale by owner. Prior to that, it was listed with somebody else, and your views were 160 here back in April, which was a pretty busy time. April and May were super busy, were the higher numbers. And you guys see here, early March is the busiest. February, March were pretty much the busiest times where people are starting to look. They're starting to prospect. They're starting to look on the internet to see what's out there. All right, and then they pop around in April, May. And then they hopefully end up buying or closing in around about May or June. Obviously, you guys saw that there's not much activity late June, July, early August. But the good thing is that our numbers have been still pretty strong. The listing views have been up, all right, and November it popped to 466. So if you're comparing it to last year at this time, I'm not sure who it was listed with, but you're at 259. All right, so numbers look good for this year, and they seem to be climbing. All right, so I'm happy with that. I already showed you guys these numbers here. Now, this is some of the back analytics of my ads that we run. And what I do is I do your ad and then I split test it several different ways. So these are basically all of your ads that have run. I've run a couple of others, but these are the ones that I've left just recently. These here are brand new. All right, so these are new ones. These are the ones I keep, and then I also split test them with other ads, which are these here. So I always want to update and change and try new things, which are these ads here. And it's basically just changing either the picture or the ad sets, where the ad set basically targets a different audience. So here you see we're targeting a New York audience. And again, I think you guys understand that when I do set up the ads and find my target audience, I put in all their search criterias, I put in all their demographics, who basically like job descriptions, who I want to go after as far as income brackets and stuff like that, what their interests are as far as their habits, their behaviors, their shopping behaviors, their living lifestyles, all these different things that I put into when I build out the avatar. All right, so this one's New Jersey, and we're also targeting into Connecticut as well. All right, but primarily New York. This one here is New York and New York City. All right, so we're getting a pretty large reach. So here are some numbers for you guys. The results look pretty good. So we're reaching over 100,000 people, and we're getting over 230,000 impressions, which is pretty awesome. All right, the post engagements, which is great, is 70,000. That is great numbers. Unfortunately, no one's coming to look at it, but they're at least getting to engage with the home. Let me take you back a little bit here, just to give you an idea of some other things that are going on. Like, say for instance, just basic advertising, basic stuff, and where you guys see where public sees it, basically. Say Zillow alone, which is apparently one of the most powerful tools out there, is only getting 2,344 since it was listed. Now, some people might think that's a great number, but to me, honestly, my ads are much stronger, obviously, at these numbers. So I know for a fact that these people are engaging in their 70,000 impressions versus what the basic realtor may only have access to some of their own personal marketing or the company's marketings, and it'll only get them, a certain amount of hits. All right, that's our site. Let me show you this page here too. So here are some other homes that are for sale around your area. All right, this is where you guys are, and this is 1 mile radius. All right, so this is just around your area and just showing you some numbers. All right, 1616, 15, 175, 159, 159, 189. All right, that's Cobra Lane. That's Wainscott. 179, 175. So these are basically your competition. All right, these are important to us because we have to know who is our competition. So that's 1 mile radius. Again, we don't really go too much further out because if somebody's going, it's the rule of thumb is about a mile, maybe a mile and a half tops, but that's really it. But again, if you guys need to see more details of which homes these actually are, just let me know and I'll go back through this for you and I'll tab through them. It just takes a while, so I'm not sure if you have time for that. All right, let's keep going through here. Now this here is some MLS stats. This is multiple listing where we're on two separate networks. We're on the HREO, all right, which is RealNet, and we're also on the multiple listing service. So there's not many new listings that came on. All right. This is just an East Hampton town. This is a town of East Hampton. So there's not many that came on, and you see the numbers are kind of flatlined here. As far as the sales here, obviously they took a little dip, June, July, August, and then there was a little pop. There was a pop back up in September and October. All right, nothing dramatic, but they're only maxing around about the 1.6, 1.49. All right. This number here is a little bit interesting because the supply has reduced 10%. So you would assume that the demand is going to be much higher. But unfortunately, the demand dropped a little bit. So it's a little bit confusing of what's going on in the market right now. Usually lower supply equals a little bit higher demand, or at least in the positive, but it's actually negative demand. So it's a little bit confusing, a little bit concerning. But anyways, the numbers look great here. The ads are out there. Your numbers look great here. In November, we're getting a really good we're getting a good pop here at 466 views on HREO. I've changed a few things, so the reach is getting a little bit better. So the eyes are there, you guys. It's just getting the people here for us to come in and actually purchase. We would need to get some solid offers. So like I was saying before, the 360 has been pretty interesting because I've been getting some inquiries, and instead of us wasting time showing it a million times in person, this has been a pretty awesome tool for us, and the buyers actually appreciate it because they get to go through the house as many times as they want. All right, I also do send them the video that I showed you before. This video here, so it gives them a true to life video, so they really appreciate that as well. It's not rendered, it's not stretched out, there's no cartoon images, this is a real video. So they really appreciate that. So they're getting a good image, a good view of the home without actually being there between the two. So it saves a lot of time, it saves a lot of showings. If they are truly interested, then they would make the appointment to come see it. All right. But unfortunately, we only have had that one offer earlier, which was a lot lower than expected. And I do have that other buyer that saw the 360 and the video, and he's interested, but we have not gotten an actual offer from him yet. All right. So that is it for now. I'm going to send this over to you guys, and if you have any questions, please reach out. I'll talk to you soon.